Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I have Justin Bieber's house for you guys. This is a house that was requested for me to build about probably a year ago. The person that wanted me to build it sent me pictures of it, but I didn't want to do it, to be honest. Because when you look at the picture, it is quite overwhelming because it is a very luxurious and a very large house that entails extra work for me, which I was not happy about at that time. But now I like to torture myself, so I decided to build it. Now, if you are new to my channel, you probably wouldn't know, or you wouldn't know, but for me, building is cool. I love building. I could build all day, every day. The boring part comes when you have to furnish the house. And let me tell you, it was very hard to furnish this house. As you can tell, this video is only the narration point of view is going to be at least 19 minutes long, so strap yourself up for that. I'm sure will be top-notch commentary, but it took me a long time to finish this house. The most confusing thing is that the exterior of the house, it has a very Mediterranean, I don't know, a Spanish, Mexican look about the house. Then when you search for pictures of the inside of the house, it has a completely different atmosphere. It is super classical, super fancy. It has, believe it or not, it has marble floors. It has marble walls as well. So it doesn't really match the outdoors with the indoors. So I was a bit confused because I never base when I do replication of houses, I do the exterior as authentic as I can, but inside, in furnishings and in decoration, in floor plan, I do what I want because I still want some creative liberties, but I try to have the same style of decoration. In this house, I decided against it. Well, initially, I thought, okay, let's try and do the classical thing. So I went for black and white marble floors and very classical sofas. But it looked not good. I'm not going to say bad, but it didn't look good whatsoever. So then I thought, okay, so this house is for Justin Bieber, right? So he's a young, single chap, you know. So I thought maybe I would do something more modern, more bachelor type thing. So then I went extremely modern with like a lot of dark colors and stuff, and it didn't work. So I came to a compromise. I made the house look less Mediterranean. It still looks exactly the same, but there is one little thing that if you change, it changes the entire house, which is the color of the roof. So Hispanic Mediterranean houses, or for example, my country, Portugal, all of the roofs tend to have this orange tinted roof tiles on it, and this is what portrays a lot of that look. So I changed the color to a deep reddish color, a reddish brown color. It still gives out the same look, but it's not so obviously a Mediterranean house. And on the inside, I went with a mix of more fancy furniture and modern furniture. But all things I've put in there is things that look quite expensive. So I thought he might like that because, he does have quite a lot of money. So I thought he didn't want to spare the pennies when decorating the house. I still wanted to give this house a bit of character, because in a lot of like fancy buildings, it is hard sometimes because the houses tend to be very clean and uncluttered. So I decided to make something a bit different by adding a split level on the in the living room. A split level basically means that the house is on a foundation, then you take the foundation off in a certain space, you add a few steps of stairs, yes, steps of stairs, that makes sense, and you make a split level. This is very good to add a little je ne sais quoi in a house. If you do want to know how to do that, I do have a tutorial on my channel, is how to do split levels in The Sims 4. It is extremely easy. It's not complicated as it sounds. So I decided to go for that. Now I'm out of breath. So this house has a lot of entertaining areas, a lot of different activities you can do in this house, as it is very big. So as this house is based on Justin Bieber, I thought that it would make a lot of sense to put in a music room in the house. So where the garage is originally, because in The Sims 4, Sims do not have the ability to drive or own cars. And yes, sometimes I add driving paths, driveway, or garages where I scale up toy cars. I decided to use this space as a usable space where your Sims can do stuff in it. So I decided to add a music room where the garage is. We have like a karaoke machine and a piano and a violin and guitars, and also made a cool little setup where he has like his computer and television. And it looks quite good, I think. Obviously the game does have its limitations. I cannot portray everything in its true realness that it is in the actual world, but I try my best. In the house, I did notice that he had a conservatory. I made that as well, but inside I just put a few seating, nothing special. I mean, what are you going to put in a conservatory when you have a lot of space? You're just gonna put a few garden chairs in there and just make it look nice. So that's what I've done. Nothing special. Now the main living area, you've got the sunken in lounge, and above that you've got the dining area, so the dining room, which is open to the lounge, but you do have a separate kitchen. Now the kitchen is a more modest size. I mean, it isn't really a small kitchen, but it's more modest. I did add a little island counter, and I had a room next to it where I was going to put in a guest bathroom or a downstairs bathroom, not realizing I already had one downstairs. So I just deleted the wall and I added a pantry there. So it gives you a bit of storage, and realistically, in a house this big, you would need a bit of storage, so I added that. And downstairs, you also have a gym, for your Sims to keep fit. And I think that in reality, he must have a gym, punching bag, treadmill, something like that in his house. It just makes sense in my head. If you've got a lot of money, that's just what you do. Upstairs, you've got, honestly, I've forgotten. I think it's 4 bedrooms, but potentially 5 bedrooms. And potentially because there was 1 bedroom that I have converted into a walk-in closet, where I used the built-in closets that came with, was it City Living? No, it was Get Together. Yeah, it was Get Together. So I made that into a closet area because he doesn't have the need to have additional bedrooms. But when you do download it, if you got more Sims, you can use that as a room. You can use the gym as a room, and the music, you can, the garage, the music room, you can make like 2 or 3 bedrooms in there. So space isn't a problem in this house. It's very easy to convert it into something that will suit you and your gameplay. I didn't add any rooms that are designed to be child rooms or kids rooms. I did only double bedrooms. That is because, again, I'm gonna put emphasis on that. I am building this as is his house, so he doesn't have any children. I was almost going to say he doesn't own any, and no, he doesn't own them or have them. Um, it doesn't really make sense. So I just added a lot of double bedrooms, and there's a lot of bathrooms in this house. I like furnishing. I do. I like decorating houses, but when houses are this big, it gets tiring. It honestly does. And I like doing living areas and lounges and kitchens. But if there's 2 things I hate to decorate are bedrooms and bathrooms. I hate them. I don't know why. I think I hate bathrooms most of all. It's always the thing I leave last. And it's just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Because, not copy, paste, but with a little eyedropper to the garden of this house. It's not similar to the one he had. Well, it's similar, but it's not an exact replica to the one that he has. But there are some aspects of his house that are here, mainly the swimming pool. So he's got like this swimming pool with this weird odd shape, and it has a jacuzzi like right next to it that is sunken in the floor. Now in The Sims 4, you don't have that. You only got jacuzzis that are above the floor level. So I decided to make something a bit cheeky, which I have done before, which is add a swimming pool. Right, you change the color of the water. So in this instance, I used the water that has like the rose petals in it, and in the expansion get together, you have like, if you go into pool decorations or pool accessories or something, you have like this steam grate that if you put that on the bottom of your pool, it will create bubbles and a steam that comes out of the pool. So that gives the illusion of it being a jacuzzi. Obviously, they are not going to use it as a jacuzzi. They are going to use it as a pool. So they'll be swimming in there. But it's just to get the look, the look, and it looks nice, to be honest. I did, in fact, added a actual jacuzzi where they will not swim around. Also, I didn't see in the picture if he has any, but he probably has it. But I wanted to add in a outdoor kitchen. I thought that this house is a good entertaining, a good party house. So you will need a good outdoor kitchen to make a barbecue, have a bit of a party there. So you will see me adding that in. Now, if you don't know, right, in The Sims 4, when you build on foundation, you cannot put grass on it. So you have to use a floor that is grass, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Basically, instead of being a terrain, paint is a floor tile. It's a floor tile that is made of grass. I wanted to create these little planters in like weird little dead corners of the house. I thought it would be nice to include some color and some nice shrubbery and flowers. I decided to use brown carpet. So it is carpet, but it doesn't look like it. So if you don't tell anyone, people will think that it's actual dirt, but it's not. It's carpet that has flowers growing out of it, But in The Sims, when you have limitations, it's all about improvise. And I improvised, and I think that in the end, it turned out looking pretty okay. It's not very noticeable that it is carpet. Now it's 2:15 in the morning. I am again with my insomnia problems, which I have quite frequently. I just ate a Domino's pizza. I don't know if you have Domino's anywhere else than in England. You probably do, but it's very good. So I just ate that, and I am just chilling, trying to go to bed. And I couldn't. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to get this video ready because these files are making a mess out of my computer, to be honest. And my Sims game, it has been lagging a lot. So I just want to put everything together, upload this, and then just delete all of the things that I don't need. And by that, when I was looking for the files for the videos of this house, I saw that I'm a very intelligent person sometimes, and I have built 3 houses that I have never uploaded, and they're just sitting in my computer waiting for me to do something about it. Basically, I have no problem building houses, no problem uploading them to the gallery, nothing. No problem exporting all of the files to my editor, nothing. The problem is doing the commentary, because for X amount of minutes I have to speak to myself and have to, try and make some sense when in my head I don't really make much sense anyways. And so I procrastinate a lot, and then being forgetful as well, I end up forgetting that I have done that in the first place. So get ready for 2 houses coming out pretty soon, hopefully they will. I've built a inspired Canadian houses because I love Canada. I don't know why, I always have. I love Canada. And I also built a let me think, a Scandinavian house. It is my favorite style of decoration, and I was excited to share it with you, but I forgot about it. Well, maybe next time. Alright guys, if you do want to download this house, and I'm sorry if you have been listening until now, I really appreciate it though. If you do want to download this house, there's 2 ways of doing that. You can either go in the description down below. You can press that link. It will take you directly to my origin page where you can add it to your favorites and download it in your game. Otherwise, you can look for me on the gallery using hashtag SimsDesigns or hashtag SimsDesignsYT. YT stands for YouTube, obviously. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't know what's happening to my voice here. But if you're new here, why not subscribe? And I will see you in my next video. Bye!